Hi everyone! So, I have a book review, as I just finished Whitefern. Whitefern. I feel like that's pronounced wrong, but anyway. Whitefern by V.C. Andrews, and it is the sequel to My Sweet Audrina. Now, okay. So this was actually very good sequel to My Sweet Audrina. I never thought they would ever be a sequel, or they would do another one within this realm, but the ghostwriter of V.C. Andrews did a very good job of writing this whole story. I do feel it could have been like 2 books, so it would have been like a trilogy type of thing, but it's only in certain parts where it's like, I feel like this could have been broken up, and probably could have, seeing as there were 2 incidences in this book that happened.
Anyway.
So this was really good, and it actually brings stuff that wasn't completely brought to light in the first one. There's a lot of stuff in here that I was slightly confused on, because it has been a really long time since I've read My Sweet Audrina, but at times I feel like it was very good, like tying with the first book, but there were times when I thought, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel like it was part of the first book, or the original. Well, not the original, but the first book. And yeah, I will say it's kind of prominent that they're trying to get pregnant, and something happens in here, and I'm like, how on earth did this happen? And then, oh my god, like, I finally it was starting to dawn on me. It was insane how I thought, okay, so there is an incident of rape in here, and it's not who I thought it was, and what everyone is made to think of it until, like, the end of the book. And it's insane and so tragic, because if you've read the first one, you know that Sylvia, who is Audrina's younger sister, who was in the first book, is mentally challenged. She's a bit mentally challenged. She's a little slow, and similar, just a better example, let's just give, like, Down syndrome. Those people who have a more severe case of Down syndrome, where their mind is still, like, very childlike most of the time. For example, my sister does. And, you know, I'm terrified of her getting taken advantage of. And this Sylvia is not a Down syndrome, but it's a similar case of, like, it's a slow-witted person, and their family is very concerned that they will be taken advantage of. And it's apparently Sylvia grew up to be, like, in body very, very extremely normal, but in the head, you know, as I said, when it's in here, she's a slow-witted person, slow mind. So this was good. It was, a lot of the spots were, like, mainly in the last third of the book was when I had a lot of, like, revelations of, not revelations, like, what do I call it? What do people call it? But there's a lot of stuff that happened in, like, the last third of the book that was, like, a lot of oh my god moments. Oh my god, I can't believe that happened. Oh my god, is that fucking true? Sort of situations. And yeah, just a lot of that. But I wish I could be reading a lot faster and a lot more, like, yeah, basically a lot faster, but also, like, just stay on top of the book, because I'm not being very enthusiastic, apparently. But, and I'm saying but a lot. Why am I saying but a lot? I don't know why, but I am. This is a very good book, and as I said, from my basic knowledge of remembering My Sweet Audrina, it is a very good tie-in with the first one. Every time I was reading a page or such in the book, I was like, I need to read the first one. And I will, eventually. And I have this book on my buy list, so I'm gonna get my family, or my family, them to buy this for me, because I do want this. This is a very good tie-in with My Sweet Audrina. And as I said, a lot of things, not a lot of things, but a few things.
Sorry, something about my holes are being aggravated right now, so I'm sorry. But
some of the things that I remember from the first book in here just are brought to new light. They're given a little polishing, and you get more information of like what happened and such. And I'm not giving a very good review because it would have been better if I had read My Sweet Audrina and then I read this one like right away, but whatever. As I keep saying, it was a very good book, and I keep talking because I can see the time, and it's like, I feel like it needs to be longer, but it doesn't need to be longer. So yeah, I do recommend reading this book, and you don't have to I don't think you have to have previously read My Sweet Audrina. If you have, you don't have to have read this right away. You can, as I have, Jesus, it's been I'm gonna say 3 years at least since, no, more like, I'm gonna say at least 5 years since I've read My Sweet Audrina, and I still am remembering certain things. So you don't have to read it. I don't think you have to have read My Sweet Audrina, but in a good while, I should say. But if you do pick this up and there's a lot of stuff that that doesn't make sense to you, it's because you probably should have read My Sweet Audrina first. Because I know there's a lot of stuff where it's like, oh my god, yeah, I remember that. I remember that, probably someone, if they just randomly picked this up, I would say they might be a little confused. I was like, what the fuck happened? I do recommend reading it, but I very much recommend that if you have not read My Sweet Audrina, that you read My Sweet Audrina first, because a lot of the stuff will make sense in here. So yeah, it's a very good book. There's rape in there, and that just terrifies me. And the fact that a mentally disabled person is taken advantage of, because I myself have a mental disability, but it's not where I'm completely oblivious to, the scary stuff and stuff. But yeah, so that was that book. And now I'm on to one of my own books. This is, as you can see, this is Lake Noose by Barbara Delinsky. This is a 2-parter book. There's a second book, and this is a duology type thing. I did start reading, how many pages did I read? 3 pages, basically. So I'm still on the first chapter, and I literally scratched myself. It hurt. Yeah, I read The Stud because that was a strictly standalone book. If you remember, I should have I think I should have a video on it. I should. I very much should. It'll be down. If I do have a video, it'll be down in the doobly-doo below. And as I say, it's a duology. It's not a normal duology, I would say. It's just, I think it's involving, the two, the woman in here. I haven't even read the back, but the woman in here, the second book of this duology is about her sister, and how she finds a man, sort of thing. So, and the only reason I know that is because I went onto her Wikipedia. She does have a website, but it's not very detailed, where it would tell you, these are a series, this is together with this and all that such. And I'm doing that with all of my books, so that in case I need to borrow a book from the library, and this is my laundry right here, it's finished. See, I washed my new comforter. But anyway, excuse me, I'm just finding out of that information. Maybe I should read this. This is getting, I'm just jibber-jabbering on. I'm being weird, okay? I'm being so fucking weird, and I don't know why, okay? Please forgive me. After an unscrupulous reporter falsely accuses Boston lounge singer Lily Blake of having an affair with a newly appointed cardinal, she's hounded by the press, fired from her job, and robbed of all her public freedom. The humiliation and violation of privacy leaves her no choice but to retreat to her rural hometown of Lake Henry, New Hampshire. In search of refuge, Lily forms an uneasy alliance with John Kipling, a former Boston reporter with trust issues of his own. Now editing Lake Henry's local newspaper, John cannot ignore Lily's appeal or plight, even at the risk of taking on his former colleagues. Rewarding and unforgettable, a stirring novel of hope and redemption, Lake News offers an intimate look at the complex relationship between an enigmatic man and a vulnerable but spirited woman, both struggling to find a new sense of community in a place they once called home. Okay, I don't know if I'm actually going to like this book just from the back here, but I'm going to read it still. I don't know. I'm not getting like a big pull me in vibe. And I'm going to tell you that the beginning, this first chapter, we're starting in John's point of view for some reason. But anyway, so this is my next book, and I actually have to borrow the second book from the library. And yeah, I hope you like this weird book review thing. I don't know why my reading is being weird. Maybe it's because I need to actually read stuff that I'm more enthusiastic about reading. Mainly like, antiquity and, actually, that's all. All I want to do is read Antiquity. That's all I want to do. I'm so excited for Widow's Curse, which is coming out in May. I've already pre-ordered it, so I'll be getting it right away. And yeah, that's really all I want to be reading right now. And I do have some of the books, I'd say almost nearly half of her books that I need to do a book review on here. So, anyway, yeah. This is my next book, and I'm gonna wait and, I don't know. I need to read it in bigger chunks and, reading it a lot faster. I need to do that somehow. So, yeah. Okay. Anyway, I hope you liked my video, and if you did, hit that like button down there. If you have any comments...
You know, say, you can tell me if I am being really weird. If I'm different from the way I usually am, I'm sorry. You can tell me, just don't be mean, because we don't need mean negativity in the world, as I keep saying, because we don't need it, alright? We don't need it. We need more positivity in the world. Okay, yes. And,
you can tell me how you felt about Whitefern, because Whitefern is was written long after, V.C. Andrews actually wrote My Sweet Audrina, because she wrote that before she died. So, yeah. Comments down below, and as I said, don't leave negativity, because we don't need negativity in the world. And if this is the first time you're watching my videos, please hit that big red subscribe button down there by my picture for more book reviews, hauls, unboxing, unbagging something, coming in a bubble wrap manila envelope, or a plastic bag wrap thingy, vlogmas, random vlogs, and random videos that I have no idea where to categorize. Excuse me. Alright. I'm going to continue watching Criminal Minds Season 11. It's the new one, and it's all brand new to me, so yes. And I think I know why my reading is being a little weird, like when I do reviews, is because I'm watching new stuff if I'm reading a book and I feel like reading a book most of the time. I usually do it, just do it. And I get a lot more reading done, and I feel like I'm being pulled out of something, maybe. But once I start, and when I stop reading, I feel like I'm pulled out. But when I start reading it again, I pull back into the story. So, hopefully, once I'm finished Pokemon, I literally only have 3 seasons left, thank God, that I have on my laptop. So, yes. So, anyway, I hope you like my video, and I hopefully will be back to normal after watching all of Pokemon and all this new stuff that I've put on hold at the library. Because a lot of stuff... there are final seasons, and there's new seasons that have come out, and on disc. So, again, I hope you like my videos, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye, everyone.